Okay, wine moms, I have an announcement. I will no longer be taking a commission from my Zaya Active sales. Instead, I want you all to shop through the Mothers Without Borders event when you visit my Zaya Active website and snag up your favorite activewear. Every quarter, I will take the proceeds from the event and donate them directly to Mothers Without Borders. This is a nonprofit organization that aids orphaned children and empowers the local women living in Zambia. I recently had the pleasure of meeting this organization's head operators and connected with their mission. Now, since a 33-hour flight going across the world would leave me in a constant state of pure and utter panic, I am donating my revenue instead of my lack of laborer or chef skills. Nobody wants that. To do your part to help and join the cause, all you have to do is shop the Mothers Without Borders event on myzaya.com/Emadan, or you can donate directly at motherswithoutborders.org. The Mommy Wines podcast is a Mommy Wines Network and Emma Dawn production, brought to you by Coffee Over Cardio, NakedWines.com, and Zaya Active. Oh, man.
How was your day?
I am like first seat on the struggle bus today.
Oh, I know we all have days like that.
I don't even know what it is. Like, my whole body just aches and my head hurts. I feel like I have a hangover, but I haven't drank in weeks. So it's like weird because I'm like, man, I'm getting all the bad parts and none of the good parts.
Oh, I felt like that after giving birth. I was like, why do I feel hungover?
No, like my legs are super achy. My back is achy. My head hurts.
Aww.
Like I'm either cold or hot. I don't know. I got a flu shot, but so I shouldn't get the flu. But I don't know.
Hope not. I hope you're not coming down with something.
But it's okay. How are you?
I'm so good. Yeah, I just had a good day today, and yeah, I just hung out with my little girl and my husband, and it's kind of chilly out, so we stayed in and really didn't just kind of caught up on some shows and snuggled all together. It was nice.
Aw, that's so cute. Well, hi everyone, and welcome back to the Mommy Wines podcast. I am your host, Emma Dawn, and today I am talking with Julie. She is a military wife and girl mom, health and fitness activist from, is it New Brunswick, Canada?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
I'm not going to try to pronounce the town.
No, don't even.
That general area. So we are going international today. And it's crazy because I'm from Ohio, and I feel like New Brunswick's closer to Ohio than Salt Lake City is, and that's where I currently live. But
I know.
That's funny. But yeah, how is everything up there?
It's chilly, like Canada usually is, but we're getting used to it. We put in all our summer furniture away, and like yeah, we're the snow is here. It's just like that time of year, but it was nice and sunny today, so I'll take that.
Yeah. Are you from there originally?
I'm originally from Quebec City. So okay. I'm a little Frenchy. Yeah, French is my first language, and then I learned English growing up, and then us to New Brunswick.
I saw a post that you posted on Instagram the other day, and I am just like, man, I would date a guy in uniform if their uniforms were that cute. Like, I don't know if you guys ever see like American Army dudes, but I'm like, their outfits are not cute, like at all.
I think it's the hat too sometimes. I don't know. Like, I love a man in uniform, but if there's a weird hat with it, it's just not gonna work.
I know, the hat is everything. Read a Vogue.
I know.
Oh man, so you are a girl mom, and I don't know anything about little girls because I just have my tiny little terror of a son.
But she's still a baby and she's so cute.
Thank you. Obviously, I think so too. I'm very biased. But yeah, she's 6 months old. She just turned 6 months, and she's just been the light of my whole life. Like, I thought I knew love before, like with my husband, and this is a whole different level.
You're
And
like,
I
well,
always,
you're chopped liver now. I
yeah,
love her way more than you.
like I thought I loved you, and now like this is a whole different. And people would tell me before, having a baby, like, oh, you're going to experience like this crazy love, and I was like, well, I really love my husband, like I'm sure. And like, no, this is like a totally different level. Like everybody was pretty much right.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever loved anyone as much as I love Milo. It's nauseating sometimes how much I'm
Right.
obsessed with him.
I know we do get obsessed with them. They're just become like, everything they do. Ever since having her, the amount of storage on my phone is just,
Oh my
pictures. It's like every 3 days, my phone will say like storage almost full, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, I remember that. Especially when he was a baby, and it's crazy because I was looking at my Instagram because before I started my podcast, I was a blogger, and companies would reach out to me, or I'd reach out to companies that I wanted to partner with and work with, and they always got back to me if they like denied the like brand deal or whatever, and they'd be like, your Instagram isn't like marketable or whatever, like it's not like
Really?
pretty enough or something. I don't know, because it was just like random pictures. I didn't really edit them a ton. It was just on there and whatever. And I still don't now. I just cheaped out and bought some presets for like $12.
I know.
So like, I just slap a preset on there and off it goes. But I was scrolling back because I started doing that recently. Because people were reaching out to me about my podcast, and they're like, hey, we want you to have a better Instagram. Like, you need to step up your Instagram game. And I'm like, it is Instagram, okay? Like, leave me alone. And then I was looking because there's not that many pictures, like, compared to other accounts on my Instagram. And I was going back, and I'm like, I took hundreds of photos a day of my kid. Like, where are all of these photos at? And then I went onto my computer, and they're all saved on there. And I'm like, maybe I'm just going to do, like, Throwback Thursday for the rest of our lives.
I think we have enough content for that. Like, honestly. But yeah, I know the presets are amazing. You just use the same for all your pictures, and then I know I'm always questioning if my Instagram is looking okay too, because I use it for part of my business, and I'm always like, oh, this is consistent. Does this look good?
I know the pressure on Instagram. Well, I think all of that pressure is leaving, because did you hear that they're getting rid of the likes?
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
All kinds of.
I'm not even up to date on this news.
Well, I wasn't really either, but I listened to David. Do you know David Dobrik? He does YouTube funny kind of comical videos with his friends.
Yeah, I've heard about him.
I listened to his podcast, and he was talking about it because he's like, he has this podcast, it's called Views, and it's all about being like an influencer and having this weird new kind of job. And he talks about like what he does and how he makes money. And it's all based off of like the views he gets or the likes he gets, because that's what, being a social media person is.
Yeah.
And he's like all concerned about it, because he's like, what is this going to mean for so many people's jobs? Like, it's almost 2020 and a lot of people work online now.
Yeah.
But who knows?
It's crazy. Like, only 10 years ago, we didn't really care much for all this stuff. And the amount of job it's created just to have social media as a platform for people to share, that completely blows my mind. Like,
it's crazy. 10 years ago, I was so anti-Facebook. Like,
Same.
I did not want a Facebook. I wanted to keep my MySpace because I had my emo punk rock playlist. And
oh my God. I was the same.
my like super heavy sideswiped bangs. Oh, it was my MySpace was iconic.
Mm-hmm. I know. MySpace is iconic. Just like
I was so cool on MySpace, and then Facebook came out, and I'm like, oh, that's for losers.
Or like MSN. Like I used to chat. I don't know if you had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because
we'd like run home from school and like instant message our friends.
Like that was the best thing ever. And when Facebook came out, I remember with my high school friends, I was like, don't talk to me on Facebook Messenger, message me on MSN. Like I didn't want to change. Like it was, those are some good memories.
Yeah. MSN and AOL and who was it the other day? I was like listening to the radio and they were talking about Oregon Trail. And I was like, wow, that's a flashback. Did you play that in like the 4th grade?
No, I didn't.
No?
But like some of the games or things that people will say, you're just kind of like, you get a visual you have a picture in your memory of exactly what they are talking about. You're just like, wow, this is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oregon Trail for me was like, I was obsessed because it's about America and how these pioneers come over from Europe. And you start off and you're like, I don't know, in New York or something, and you try to get to Oregon. And every single time you die. And we would play it in history class. It was like history/computer class or whatever, because it was, that time when they're like, hey, you might need to learn how to do this. We would like play it in school. And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm alive. People had to live. I was like, so upset because it was like you always died of like some crazy disease or like the wheel of your wagon would fall. It was brutal. It
sounds brutal.
Like the girl would come up on the screen and her face would be all like zombie looking and be like, oh, you died of Spanish influenza or something. I don't know.
And I think this highly traumatized you, Emma.
But like it was impossible. I feel like no one ever won Oregon Trail. And I'm like, I was like dedicated to it for like 3 years of my life because I was like, it doesn't make any sense. Like we're people, we live here. Like we have to survive. There has to be a way to get to Oregon.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so funny.
It was a traumatic time for me in my life. 4th grade.
Okay, let it out. Just let it out.
That's what this podcast is all about. Just girls talking, real life situations like, Oregon Trail and the plague.
Yeah. Yep.
So what has been going on for you? How are you staying home and with your new business?
Staying home has been amazing. I was always the kind of person who loved working, and I've worked my whole life as young as I could.
And you're not violating any child labor laws or anything, are you?
But like I would babysit, distribute the newspaper, and like, as soon as I could work, like I was working and I enjoyed working because I always did something I liked. So when I started my maternity leave, I thought, oh my God, like after a couple of weeks, I'm just going to want to go back to work. Like I can't imagine. I know, it was crazy. I was like, I can't imagine taking care of a baby for a year because we get a year maternity leave in Canada.
Oh yeah, just rub it in.
And it's such a great benefit, and it's something we're so thankful for. And I was like, I can't just speak baby for a whole year. Like this isn't gonna work for me. Like I'm only gonna say like baby shark and but no, that's when I kind of started diving more into my online health and fitness business. Coaching has just like brought me so many friendships. The community that we have is just unreal, and it's really brought a passion in me, and I just don't even want to go back to work. Kind of just like, nope.
It is crazy how like kids just change your whole way of thinking. Because I was the same way. And when I met Milo's dad when I was in Southern Utah, And then when I found out I was pregnant, I went home back to Ohio, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to have my kid. I'm going to go back to work. It's going to be fine. And here in the US, we only get, I think it's 6 weeks, which is like not long at all.
No. Oh my God. 6 weeks. You can't even. Yeah. Anyways.
You don't get very long here. And then, so I was like, I'm going to go back to work and it's going to be fine. Well, Milo's dad ended up wanting me to move back out west. And I was like, well, I can't just move across the country like with a newborn baby. And he's like, no, move sooner. He's like, have the baby out here. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to know anyone. How am I going to go back to work? And he like talked me into staying home for like, I stayed home for almost 2 years. And I was like, I am not comfortable with that. Like, that just sounds weird. Like, I've always made money. How am I going to make money if I'm at home?
Right? I thought the same. That's exactly it.
And I'm like, it's going to be so weird. Like, I've never not made money. And, but it's crazy. Like, I started my blog at home, and and I met a bunch of other moms who were starting businesses at home too. Like, not even, not all of them were like network marketing style businesses. Some were like random, I don't know, businesses, like random things, and they're just doing it from home. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like once you have a kid, you're like inducted into this mom club, and then you just meet all these random people that you would have never met before.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think too, you just relate on so many things. Like everything you share on your Instagram, it cracks me up. I literally, like, I would share every single thing. Like, just like, I bumped my daughter's head on her car seat like way too many times.
It is insane.
It's just like those little things. You're like, oh, oops, well, you're fine. And just but it's those little things where we can all relate, I find, as moms, of like these little mishaps and those nighttime feedings and just everything that comes with it. You're kind of like, we're all in it together.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason, like, when I was doing my blog, I started that. And like, that was fun and it was fine. And I could do it like whenever, but people were like, oh, you need to start a YouTube channel. You need to start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, no, I can't.
Why not? Why?
I think I did like 5 videos, and just like a couple of them were like sit down videos or like haul style videos. And I just like, I can't just sit there and like edit my face for like 20 minutes. It's just like so it was so weird, and I was so awkward, and it was super cringy. And then I found this podcast. I was like, I had the idea for the podcast, and now it's like I get to, I don't know, it's like you got a kid, you got like a golden ticket to like starting new friendships.
It's so true. I do find like when we moved here, we've been in New Brunswick for about a year. We lived in Ontario before that. And I lost all my friends and my job and the roots that we had built there. And then moving to New Brunswick, it's a very small province here. So I was like, I'm just not going to make, it's tiny little thing. That's why I'm like, my Wi-Fi isn't very good. Like, it's like,
practically an island out there. Just floating around.
Yeah. So that's really what it came down to. One of my friends said, just wait till when you have a kid, you're just going to people on so many different things. And they were totally right. Like, I was like, well, I don't know, we'll see. And I wasn't really in that mindset, but it does, like, having my daughter, Rebecca, it completely switched everything. And it just, you feel like you have the most precious thing in front of you. It's absolutely crazy.
It is crazy. And for me, like, I have like anxiety, so it's hard for me, like, especially before I had Milo. Like, I just didn't talk to new people. And like, I had my group of friends and stuff back home, and they were fine, and and that was it. But then, like, once I moved out west, I was like, oh no, like, I'm not going to talk to anybody. And like, now, especially like when Milo was a baby, and like people would just like walk up to us at the store, or like he'd be throwing a fit or like doing something weird or causing some kind of scene, and like another mom would just come up and like pick his shoe up off the floor and start talking to me, and I'm like, this is so weird.
Like, oh, hello.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like, the cliche, like people always joke, like, oh, if you want to pick up chicks and you're a dude, like just take your baby out in the stroller and people just talk to you. Like, that's true. Or like, go, like for me, like I used to
Yeah.
have a dog and I would take my dog to the dog park and people would just like spark
Mm-hmm.
up conversations. But it's weird, like when you,
Yeah.
like before I became a mom or when I was just a single person, like nobody talked to me, like
Mm-hmm.
nobody sparked up a conversation.
Yeah, it's almost like having that the family kind of breaks that barrier of what's the first thing I can tell you? Well, we'll just focus on our kids right away, like, or on our dogs, or that one thing that you have in
Yeah, it's like an
common. But
icebreaker.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for as I was like, what's the word? No, yeah, totally. It just makes it easier to kind of get to know the person and then see if you, and I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes I'll just talk with someone and within 5 minutes, I know if they're my kind of person. Like you
Oh
just
yeah.
click and you're just like, I'm going to be friends with you.
There's definitely been some people that I've had on the show and I'm like, they were a really cool guest, but I'll probably never talk to them again. And then there's people that I have and I'm like, we still message like every other day.
Yeah.
And it's crazy too,
Yeah.
because it's, the power of the internet, whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But sometimes it does some good and brings some people together.
No, it's true that I do find the power of social media is crazy. Just the impact it will have on your life. Like I've met a ton of people on social media that I wouldn't have had I not put myself out there. With my health and fitness journey, for example, that people would reach out and just say that whatever I was doing was motivating or that it helped them go for a walk today. Like, and then you just connect and then like we talk, we have that thing in common and then you can kind of build a relationship going from
Oh
there.
yeah. I started following so many people cuz I think especially postpartum, because it's
Mhm.
just such a dramatic change. Like there's some people out there who are just like aliens and super lucky and they can have a baby and then like 2 weeks later they're back to being a supermodel, but I'm not one of those people.
Yeah,
So,
no.
I started following so many other people who are going through postpartum
Mhm.
and I'd follow them on Instagram or on Facebook and they would post about it. And then I would like, maybe in the morning I'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to skip the gym today." And then they'd post something on
Mhm.
Instagram and I'd be like, "Okay, fine, I'll just do a home workout." But cuz it's I don't know, I think it's easy to like not only does having a kid like give you other opportunities and icebreakers and stuff like that. But I feel like it's easy to be like, oh, well, I don't want to pack the baby up and go all the way to the gym, or it's cold, or it's raining, and
Mhm.
like it can be an excuse as well. And like I would do that. Like I made those excuses. I think everybody does.
Yeah, absolutely. I find too with the business, I will do a lot of personal development. And through my pregnancy, I was getting a lot of stretch marks. And I just thought it was the worst thing ever. Like, I was super grateful that I was carrying this baby, but I could see honestly it looked like a dinosaur egg. Like my stomach was just like and it's now today like because I'm doing personal development and because I've been doing so much reflection and because I share about it, I just think they're totally cool now. Like my stretch marks are totally fine and that's not what defines the person that I am at all. And that's because of sharing and connecting with other people who are also, and it's very refreshing to see that on social media versus a like whatever perfect body would be for someone and think this is what I have to
Right.
be. Whereas I'm on a journey and I just feel every day I feel beautiful with where I'm at and what I'm doing. And I just want to be in the best mindset to be the best mom and the best like wife for my family,
That is
really.
so true. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think no matter where you are in like some kind of fitness journey, or if you want to, I don't know, tone up or lose weight or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, like I think the mindset is probably the most important, because I see people who are, way bigger than me and they're the happiest they could be. And then I see people who are way smaller than me and they're miserable. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like a size or a number doesn't matter. It's just the mindset, I guess. And that's where I struggle. Cause like there'll be some days I'll like try to get dressed for work, or I'll have a meeting and I'll have to try on like 3 different outfits because clothes don't fit the way they used to. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is terrible. Like, and I'll be all down on myself. But I'm like, I don't know. I just need to like clean out my closet because I don't think, well, obviously, I don't think my body is ever going to go back to being what it was pre-baby. I just need to learn how to like redress my new self, I guess.
Yeah, and just to love it the way it is. Like, I was also so hard on myself, and my husband was like, "You are so beautiful. You gave life. Like, you built a human. Like, we all did. We built a human inside her body, and then brought it to the world. Like, this isn't just a small thing. It's huge. And I find we are hard on ourselves sometimes. On, oh, this isn't how I want it to fit, or it's too tight around my stomach. And I think just finding whatever you want to wear that makes you feel good, no matter what size it is, I think is what the mindset should be. But that's hard sometimes. There's days where you're like, this used to fit me, but it doesn't.
I know. I have so many cute things that just don't fit me anymore, and I don't think they're ever going to again. Plus,
it's because you put them in the dryer.
I swear that's what it is, because I am the worst. I need to stop drying my sweaters because that's what gets me.
The holidays are fast approaching, and what would make a better gift for the wine lover in your life, or even maybe yourself, than a nakedwines.com wine box? I have loved trying the nakedwines.com wines, and my taste palette has definitely become more sophisticated. Plus, all the wines from nakedwines.com are crafted by independent, passionate winemakers, not big label brands that have more additives in their bottles than actual wine itself. Get a nakedwines.com wine box delivered, filled with wines made with love, directly to your door this holiday season. Use code MOMMYWINES50 to get 6 bottles for only $34.99. That's MOMMYWINES50 to get 6 bottles of wine for only $34.99 from nakedwines.com. Or you can go ahead and click the link in the show notes below.
That damn dryer, I'm telling you.
I know. And even this summer that just passed, I'm not even kidding. This is the first summer I wore shorts. I had the confidence to wear shorts because I did not used to like summer. I love the season. I just like, oh, it's so hot. Like, you have to wear shorts. And I would always wear like capris or jeans all summer
I hate
long.
jeans.
And it was like, I didn't like it. I was not comfortable, and I just wanted to like hide. And doing this personal development and being with this community of uplifting people and positive people, I just kind of had I don't give a crap attitude. And when I look at pictures now over the summer, I'm like, damn, I look good in those shorts. Like, it's just completely kind of shifted my mindset. And it's really just what you see. Like, your mindset is everything. Honestly, that's just the biggest takeaway from what I'm going through right now is my mindset. And now I'm like, bring it on next summer. Like, I don't care anymore.
I just wear Zaya Active. That's like all I wear. I don't even work out as much as I used to, but I still wear it every day.
You wear it because it's cute.
Is cute.
I know, I've heard such good things about it, and that they're super comfortable, and definitely on my to-do list to try that one.
They did just start shipping, I think last year, maybe to Canada, and they opened it up for like Canadian reps.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I think they're doing better than we are now. Which I'm like, okay, does America and Canada really need any more competition?
Yeah, no, thank you. We are all family.
But yeah, it was so crazy. 'Cause
I think it would be dangerous if I was involved in that, because you need to like freeze my credit card.
Well, yeah, because you do both. There's tons of people who do like fitness coaching and Zaya just because it makes sense, because they like go together.
Yeah, totally. And once you've established the trust with your people and the people who like following you, and then you share about that, like, it just increases like what you believe in. And I've seen it a little bit. I haven't been able yet to try a pair, but I will. It's on my to-do list.
Well, if you want, let me know and I'll let you use my rep discount and I'll just send it to you.
Awesome.
I'll hook you up. Don't tell anyone, because I don't think we're supposed to do that, but I'll hook you up. Hopefully there's no reps that listen to this podcast. Well, no, I want them to listen because they should be guests, but
yeah, you're right.
Don't tell
No, but
Audrey.
I've heard such good things. Yeah. No, I've heard such good things. It's definitely something I want to try. So I would be constantly living in it. It just seems so comfortable. Like, why do they even make jeans anymore if you can just wear Zaya
I
activewear?
don't know. Well, it's crazy too because I started doing it. There was a rep in my old town in Nevada, and she wanted me to do a review on my blog about it. And after she's like, oh, like pick out 2 or 3 things, wear them to the gym, because I met her at my gym. And I was like,
okay.
Like I was going to the gym. Like when I stayed at home with Milo, I had such a good routine. I was going to the gym like 5 to 6 days a week. Like it was insane.
That's awesome.
And she saw me there a bunch and she's like, hey, whatever. Like we just got to talking and she's like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a blogger. I work from home. And she's like, oh, I work from home too. And she wanted me to do a review, but it was like cheaper for her to like just sign me up as a rep under her. And I never really had any intentions of selling. And honestly, I haven't really made that much because everybody I sell to, I give my discount. So I order everything for them. So I leveled up and I made like $20 in profit. But but yeah, I mostly like there's tons of people who are out there just like me who just do it for the discount because I was like, okay, yeah, like I'll try this activewear company and write about what I think. But then I like tried it and I'm like, because she was telling me, because like I would go and I'd wear like a sweatshirt from, I don't know, wherever, Target, and just like regular leggings that I got at like TJ Maxx or something or Marshall's. And she was sitting there and telling me about like performance activewear and like what good activewear can do for your workout. Because there was starting to be times like that I've worn the same activewear over and over. And I don't do the whole thing where people like wear their activewear more than once. Like I wash it every single time because I get like gross and sweaty. And I used like that sweat belly band thing after I had Milo. So like I was like super sweaty. And I was like,
well, that's a good sign. It's a sign that you worked.
But I'm like, there's no way I'm going to put those back on. You know, that's gross.
Yeah.
So like they just started getting like worn out. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't want to waste a bunch of money on activewear because all I do is get sweaty in it. And what's the point, you know? But then I tried Zaya and I'm like, okay, well, like, I guess this is the point. Because even with my sweatband, like it never showed like any of the sweat spots.
Oh, wow.
And I did HIIT. That's like my thing. Like I'm like a cardio junkie, like, which is weird because nobody's a cardio junkie. Like everyone.
No, I'd rather be lifting weights.
Everyone hates cardio. I'm like the only person in the world who likes it. But like, that's what I do. And like, I'd always get like super sweaty and it like never shows like any of those sweat spots. And even like as a mom, like sometimes when I'm like jumping around, like this could be my confession, but like I'll pee a little bit, never shows anything. Like it looks completely dry and it dries super fast. And it like, I don't get too hot. Like some leggings, like I feel like I'll get too hot because they're like compressive.
Yeah.
But I don't know the way they make it, or like maybe it's the fabric or something. I'm not like an activewear expert. Probably the worst Zaya rep there is. But like the way they make it and it like never loses its shape. I don't know. Like I have a pair that I got originally like from that one girl and I've washed it. I don't know. I've had it for like 2.5 years. And I've washed it a ton. They're just like a regular pair of black leggings. And they still look and feel and fit like they're brand new.
And so they don't like get those little like fluffs in between your legs or like my thighs will rub together.
See, I have leggings that do that.
If I wear it.
But not the Zaya ones, the ones from Target. But not the Zaya ones, they don't do that. Like the pills or whatever they're called, like the little fuzzy bumps.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what to
I don't know what to call them either. I think they're called pills, but I'm not sure. But yeah, like they don't do that. And it's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love feeling cute too. Like if I'm gonna do a workout, I mean, I work out from home. I can't imagine going physically to the gym. It's just not like by the time I would go and come back, my workout would be done by then. And then carrying my daughter with me would just be like, um, so now that I have found my like morning routine at home and I like it's perfect, but I love feeling cute. Like I'm not because I work out at home that I just want to wear like
Right.
anything. Because I share my workouts and everything that I do, I want to look
Well,
cute.
if you share
So
your
definitely
workouts,
gonna
then
look
you
at
have to. There's some trolls on the
Sometimes I
internet.
really don't give a crap. Sometimes I'm like, well, whatever. This is what they're gonna get today. But other days I'm like, oh, this could match. And
Yeah.
but yeah, so cute. Do you have a morning routine? Like I've been doing one for the last couple months, and it's been such like a game changer in my day. And I was wondering, do you
I
have one?
need to get back on one.
Yeah.
Since Milo and I moved to Salt Lake, it has been crazy. I feel like we have not been settled. We have, it's just been a disaster. And like, there's been like professional changes and like, he's
Yeah.
switched daycares and like now he visits with his dad every other weekend. And like, that wasn't a thing before. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I need to get into a routine. But I just recently started working. I've taken my business consulting business full time.
Oh, that's
So I'm
awesome.
doing like all of my like finance and like business services from home. And I don't do anything
Okay.
crazy, but I just do like bookkeeping and like payroll and stuff like that. So I just do
Mm-hmm.
that from home. So I think we can kind of get into a routine like we had in Elko, which was like honestly
Mm-hmm.
the greatest because I don't know. I feel like when I worked out, I was like happier. I didn't get as many
Mm-hmm.
headaches. Like I had more energy. Like I'm like tired all the time now. And it's just like,
Oh.
and I've been getting headaches again, which I used to get migraines a lot. But like
Oh.
when I was working out all the time, I feel like I didn't. And I was also drinking
Yeah.
more water. And I'm like, ugh, I'm like, I need to find like something. I need to do
Yeah.
something about this because it's getting a little crazy.
Are you a coffee lover just like me? Sipping my morning Java is the only way I can keep up with my toddler and busy lifestyle. That's why I love Coffee Over Cardio. Coffee Over Cardio is a premium coffee company started by female entrepreneur Abby Scott. Whether you love a good flavored blend or a strong roast, Coffee Over Cardio is ideal for any jitterbug. They are also carb free, keto friendly, sugar free, and gluten free. So, pretty much that means they're completely guilt free. Try Coffee Over Cardio's most popular flavors today: French toast and new Doctor's Orders vanilla hazelnut. Yum! Make sure to use code 10EMADON to save at checkout. Once again, that's 10EMADON at coffeeovercardio.com.
Yeah, I find it just sets the tone for your day. And just when I don't do my morning routine, I feel it. I'm just not at the same level that I am normally at. And I'm just kind of out of whack a little bit. Like, oh, what am I doing now? Like, I feel so sluggish.
Yeah.
And so ever since establishing that morning routine, I wake up before my daughter, I do my workout, I'll have breakfast, I'll enjoy my coffee, do some like devotions, and what I'm like every morning I'll write what I'm grateful for. And it just kind of really helps so that when my daughter wakes up and she needs her bottle and her diaper changed, I'm not kind of just rolling out of bed with like super tired and like, oh my God, this baby is screaming at me.
That's how I feel.
So
Well, it was getting bad because when I moved here, I started working back like out of my house. Like I took like an office job, and
mm-hmm.
it was like full time. They were not flexible on
Yeah.
any of my hours, so I had to like wake up, get ready. Then I had to go wake up my apparent teenager. I'm a teenage mom now, apparently, because I like would go in there and I'd like open the door. I'd be like, Milo, come on, you got to get up. And before, he'd just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to get up, whatever. Now he's like rolling over, putting the blanket over his
Oh,
head, telling me to go away. Like,
oh my. How old is
he's
he now?
3.
He's 3. You're
I
in for
know.
it.
And like it is a pain. And then like I'll go downstairs and I'll like make coffee and breakfast and I'll go like back to the staircase and like yell at him, you know, like I'm in a sitcom.
Yeah.
And like it is like the real deal. Trying to get him just out of bed is like a tackle. I feel like if he's even just out of bed, I've accomplished something for the day. And then I have to try to put clothes on him, which like he is just like a hillbilly. I don't know where he's getting it. It must be like in his DNA or something, but he in the summer he like never has clothes on. He's just like in a diaper running around outside. And now it's getting cold, so I have to like, you know, clothe my child is one of my duties as like a mother. And it's like impossible. And like there'd be times I think I was late to work. Like luckily they were flexible in the time, like I didn't have to be there at a particular time. They just wanted me to be there around a certain time and make sure I got all of my hours in. But it's like for me living in the city, if I'm not there by like 8:30, then I'm going to have to leave later than 4:30 and then I'm going to hit traffic and then I'm just going to be late. So it's like this whole disaster. And so I was late like probably 3 times because he just wouldn't put clothes on. And I'm like, it is impossible. It's like so stressful. So now I'm glad I'm like fully working from home. Like I might take a part-time office job, but like I cannot go back to full time because doing that 5 days a week, like, and then only having 2 days of peace is like, it's a disaster.
I feel like life has too much to offer to just have those 2 days off. And that's a huge thing I've realized with the goals I want to accomplish moving forward, like myself as a family, with my partner. Like at the end of the day, it's hard to just have those Saturday, Sunday off and to fit in everything we want to fit in. And every day we're kind of like, I don't want to have an average day. Like I want to have a great day. And then as it adds up, you know, you've had a great week and then a great month. And obviously there's ups and downs through anything, but it's hard to think, oh, we only have 2 days out of 7 to kind of like enjoy.
I know, that sucks.
Yeah. And that's why I find too, like finding something you're super passionate about and like enjoy going to work, and you know, it makes those days go by quicker, and then you're actually like helping people or whatever it is that you want to do as a passion. Like that's important, finding just not that job that will pay the bills, because I strongly believe life is not just about paying bills. Like I do not believe we were put on this earth to just pay bills.
You ever see those memes where it's like being an adult is just paying bills until you die?
I know. I'm like, no, you got it wrong. Change your mindset. I always want to see like, it's all about mindset.
Do it. Spread the word.
I know, right? Because then I don't know. If someone's happy with that, then by all means. But for me personally,
see how anybody could be like, happy with that.
I don't know. But yeah, there's so much more to live and so many places to see and just so much to do. I can't imagine. And you know, retirement is not guaranteed for everyone. Not everyone makes it there.
That's true.
That's unfortunate. And like I've seen that in my family and in my husband's family. So you can't say, well, I'll work all my life and then I'll live my life at retirement, because it's not always guaranteed, unfortunately. So
that's true.
Just live every day the best day.
Yeah. Does your husband, with his military stuff, does he have like a funky schedule, or is he home like at night?
He is right now. He's home at night, and like he'll work Monday to Friday, just regular work hours. But it's happened through we've been together 8 years.
Wow.
And in
that's a long time.
Thank you. Yeah. He's been away. Like he would leave for 2 months, come back for a month, leave for 2 months, back for a month. So that was hard, but we didn't have kids at the time. So it was just the two of us. And for me, it was easy to take care of myself. Yeah. Like, whereas now it would be challenging with like a baby, and we want to have more kids. We want a big family. So I can see it in the future how challenging that could be if he would have to leave again and come back. And because my family's not in New Brunswick, it's hard to find that support system to be there. But that's why, like, I'm, doing this business and making connections and meeting other people, because if I don't put myself out there, then no one's going to come knocking at my door asking if they want to help me.
Yeah. That's just because Milo's dad, when I was in Elko, Milo's dad, he works 10 days on and then 4 days off. So a lot of the like mining people and stuff like that, they would work these weird like shifts, I guess, or like work weeks or whatever. Like some people would work 2 weeks on and then have 2 weeks off.
Oh, wow.
So like tons of the women out there didn't work because when their husbands would be off, and how you were saying, you're like, oh, a 2-day weekend, like how are you supposed to enjoy that? It's like 2 days. That's what, like, meal prep, cleaning my house, going to the supermarket, like,
yeah, exactly.
That's what takes up 2 days. But like they wouldn't work because their husbands would like have these weird schedules, and they would be like, I want to do something fun. I want to, I want to go somewhere or do something or go camping or, whatever they wanted to do. They wanted to do it because like they spent so much time working this weird shift. And I was just wondering if it was similar, because when you brought up that whole 2-day weekend, 2-day weekends suck, but
yeah, no, thankfully he's only got like 10 or 11 years left until he can retire. So he'll have his pension, and then we can decide what we want to do, where we want to live. Like, to me, the idea of being able to pick a spot on the map and be like, this is where we're going to settle. Like, we've never had that option. They've always moved us to wherever we had to go. So,
where would you go?
I think we'd go back to Quebec City with my family. I think that's where, just because I have 2 older brothers, and they're also starting their families. So we're kind of all having babies and kids, and so I think that would be like, they could all be cousins and grow up together. And
am I gonna see you on like season, I don't know, 18 of Letterkenny?
My husband loves that show.
I love that show.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I find it like, it's hilarious. Don't get me wrong, but I cannot sit through it. Like, it has to be in the background while I'm doing something else.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a hilarious show. So yeah, I think that's where we would settle down once he's retired and we can actually say, where do we want to go? But that's a crazy thought. That's crazy.
Oh man. I want to, like, I'm originally from, I think I said this, Ohio, Cleveland.
Yeah.
And it is like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's the easiest thing in the world to just go to Canada. It's like that 70s show when they're like, we're going to go get beer. And they drive like a half an hour. Like, you're practically Canadian if you live in like northern Ohio or like in Montana or something, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. We're just like, welcome.
Yeah, let me walk to the other side of the park and let my kid play with like their Canadian friends. But yeah, so like it was just like the easiest thing in the world to like go back and forth. And I don't know, it's not that different, but like, I don't know, I feel like the energy there is nice and like the air is clean, and I would love to move there. Like, Calgary is my ideal.
Oh, it's like, so beautiful over there.
Like, not maybe in the city because I'm not a city person.
Yeah.
But like maybe outside where I could have like, I don't know, like few acres and like some horses, maybe like some of those goats that fall over when you scare them, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Make it happen, girl. Just write it down, put it on your vision board, make it happen. Like,
are you gonna come visit and scare my goats?
Yes.
Okay, so I got Milo. People were probably gonna come at me. And we should go ahead. Did I prepare you for confessions?
No.
Okay, well, you got to think of something, because I think this is going to be my confession. So we can go ahead and get into that. But I am not one of those moms who's like super strict on screen time.
Okay.
Because I remember when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was come home every day from school and watch Jurassic Park. And that's all I wanted to do. And then I watched it so much, I kind of got sick of it. Then I started watching Boy Meets World. And like, I just wanted to come home from school and I wanted to watch TV. And some days, like, my grandma would be there with me because my mom, it was just me and my mom growing up and she worked. So, but my grandma like never let me watch TV because when I got home from school, it was like right in the middle of her soaps. So,
no.
So like I'd have to sit there and watch like General Hospital.
Oh my God.
I'd be like, no, this is the worst. All I want to do is watch Hey Arnold and Jurassic Park. and now I'm like a TV junkie. I am it's bad. I watch way too much TV. I was just binge watching Dollface on Hulu. You gotta watch it. That and Working Moms on Netflix are hilarious.
I think I started Working Moms and then I don't know, I didn't get back into it, but I was pregnant at the time, so I wasn't like, I was kind of scared. What am I getting myself into?
It's good stuff. But I got Milo the Amazon tablet, and it has like the free time where you can like do the parental controls. But it has like a kid's version of YouTube on there. So like he can sometimes, if it's connected to the internet, which it's normally not, he'll just use it to watch like Disney movies that I've downloaded. But when it's connected to the internet, he can watch like kid approved YouTube videos. And he's obsessed with watching videos of people scaring those little mini goats.
Oh no.
And there's this kid, I think it's like, I don't know, it's like some family, it's like so-and-so on the farm, or the I don't know, like the Duggars on the farm, or not the Duggars, but like some family on the farm is like their YouTube channel, and they have like all of these animals, like farm animals, and it must be like the mom or the dad follows them around with like a camera, and like the little kids like talk about animals that they have on their farm. But there's a boy, there's like, they have like 3 or 4 kids, and there's this boy who's like, I don't know, like maybe 5 or 6 years old. They have like 3 of those goats, and he scares them, and they pass out. And it's the craziest thing, and it's so hilarious. And I'm like, that's what they do. Like they'll like fall over, like they'll play dead or something, and then like a couple seconds later, like they'll get up, or a couple minutes or whatever, they'll get up and like run away, and then he'll scare them again, and then they'll like fall over. It's the funniest thing ever.
Oh my God. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh my God. Fainting goats. You gotta Google it or like look it up on YouTube.
As soon as we finish this podcast, you know that I'm gonna go and Google it. I'm gonna even show my husband. I'll be like, watch this. Like, for sure.
It's the funniest thing. And I think like last Friday, Milo and I were sitting on the couch, and I was watching my shows, and he had his tablet, and we're just sitting there like next to each other, and he is cracking up. And I think he watched probably like 2 hours of fainting goat videos on YouTube.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my kid is not gonna be a rocket scientist, but like I'm okay with that.
You never know. Maybe it's like brainstorming some stuff. You never know.
Maybe.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So what is your confession? What kind of silly, embarrassing, mommy related story do you have to tell me?
Oh my God. I did not think of this before, but I'd have to say, and this is very like mom pregnancy, I just had a baby kind
of. Mommy fashion. I love it.
But this is like when, and I told my friend this the other day, and she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. When after I had my baby at the hospital, like, and I had a normal delivery, it's hard to pee after. And I had to get my husband to like squeeze the water bottle because they give you this little water bottle to squeeze down there to like help.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, you got to do it. Like everything hurts and I can't reach. And it's just like, and he's like, okay, love, I'm going to do it. It's just like, I have this like mesh underwear. I am bleeding. Like it's crazy. And I've just given birth like a couple hours ago. And I'm just like, just go for it. And it was just this funny, like between the two of us, it was just the funniest moment because we were just like, there's nothing more, like you've seen everything now.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't unsee it. And I was just like, just squirt the water. Like, yeah, it was quite the moment, but to this day, like we still talk about it because it was so funny. And I never thought I would let my partner do that ever. But when you're in the moment, you're kind of like, you got to do it.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I feel like after you have a baby, like all modesty kind of goes out the window. Like,
yes. Yes. And through my whole pregnancy, I was followed by female gynecologists. And I was like, this is awesome. This is great. Like, I feel more comfortable. And when I went into labor, obviously it was the one male doctor. And I was like, you know what? I don't even care at this point. Just get this baby out of me. I was 41 weeks. So I was like a week overdue. So I was really ready. So, but yeah, like, of course. But yeah, you just leave, you just kind of like, whatever. You've seen this 1,000 times. I'm no different than anyone. But yeah, there you go. That's my confession. But yeah, no, I was like, this is what I look like. You take it or leave it. Yeah, no, it puts you through a whole lot of emotions and you just become okay with. And what really matters is that little precious angel that you've just brought into the world. That is true. Really.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever let anybody see me in that condition outside of that situation. For sure.
Right? I know.
Are you a fan of the Mommy Wines podcast? Well, of course you are, or you wouldn't be hearing this right now. One of the best ways to support the show you love, besides obviously tuning in every Wine Wednesday for new episodes, is shopping the Mommy Wines merch store on teespring.com. This is where you'll find all of the Mommy Wines branded goodness, mugs to hold your coffee over cardio morning Java, iPhone and Samsung cases, premium ultra soft hoodies perfect for upcoming cooler months, and of course flowy tees and tanks flattering on every mommy out there. Go shop the Mommy Wines storefront on teespring.com and make sure to use code WINEMOM for free shipping.
Before we end this episode, is there anything that you wanted to share with the audience, where they can find you online, any links or handles you wanted to share?
Sure. So I'm Julie Martineau. So if you can find me on Facebook, let's be friends. And my Instagram is Mrs. Julie Martineau. So MRS Julie Martineau. And if you want to follow along my health and fitness journey, my mom life, military spouse life, just everything that I do there, I'm such an open book. And yeah, I'm just hoping to inspire people every day with little bits of pieces of my life, and it's just been a great journey so far, so I hope to keep going as long as I can.
Well, you are doing it for sure, at least me anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, it was great having you as my guest today.
Thank you so much for having me.
This has been one of my favorite podcasts, and I woke up today and I'm like, I need to go back to bed. I'm sore. I don't feel good. I might reschedule everyone. But no, this cheered me up. I'm feeling much better.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And I got some coffee in me, so that might be helping too.
Oh, well, there you go. That's what was missing.
Yeah, well, that is what is it? The Folgers. Every morning I wake up to Folgers in my cup. Oh my god! Thank God you live in New Brunswick, because if you were local, we would be out of control.
I think so too. Literally, my cheeks hurt because this whole time I've just literally, like, my cheeks I've just been smiling this whole time. And now I'm just kind of like, wow, like, okay, my muscles have been working.
Yeah, working on those high cheekbones.
Yeah, it's been a blast. I've enjoyed it so much, and I really appreciate you having me and taking the time to chat.
Absolutely. You'll have to come back as a guest again.
Today's episode of the Mommy Wines podcast was brought to you by nakedwines.com, Zaya Active, and Coffee Over Cardio. Do you love the show? Show your support by shopping the Mommy Wines podcast merch store at teespring.com, or by becoming a monthly supporter of the show by clicking the support button at anchor.fm/mommywines. Or you can use the support link in the show notes below. Have you been wanting to start your own podcast? Join the MW Podcast Network. All info on the MW Network, merch, partnerships, coupon codes, episodes, blog posts, and so much more can be found at themommywines.com. As always, thank you for listening, and until next week, wine moms, parent and drink responsibly.